Claire Bullivant joins us, editor of Conservative Post, a grassroots conservative news outlet. Thank you very much indeed for coming on the programme. You started something called the Boris Ballot. Tell us what it is and why, Claire. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm not going to bash Liz or Rishi, as both are fine politicians in this discussion. Let me just make that clear right now. But they don't have the X factor Boris has. I see the news coming in every day on things like the Press Association and the AP and Reuters, etc., which is where most of you guys and the BBC and most of the newspapers actually get their media. And I've said for a long time now, like your caller just said, we don't have a prime minister problem. We have a media problem, because I see that the media just ignore the good news every single day, which is what I put on the Conservative Post. I've been following Boris's every move now for the last 2 years since I set up the Conservative Post. And he's doing amazing things, and the people see that, but we do have a media problem. I set up the petition, and almost within the first 2 weeks, I had almost 20,000 people sign it. About 14,000 of those, we believe, are Conservative Party members. A lot of people signed it saying, I'm not a member, but, I support Boris. So we've had to take them off the list, and we sent it through to CCHQ. But Boris has that X factor. People, wherever he goes in the country, I was actually speaking to a photographer yesterday who followed him in Teesside, I think, last month. And he said it was like Harry Styles was walking down the high street. He said kids were running up asking for selfies. He saw a little old lady throw her shopping to the side and run across the road. Wherever he goes. And I also know one of the party who Boris was with in Greece. And he said wherever he was in Greece, the same thing was happening. Prior to the pandemic, I actually lived in LA for the last 14 years. And even over there, you can talk about Blair or Brown or Cameron or May, who were prime ministers when I was there. Nobody in America knew who they were. No one. Boris would come on TV and, I don't know, kick a football or something. America would stop and listen. He is a global superstar.
But what you're describing there, Claire, is a celebrity. And celebrities are great, and that's a wonderful thing to be if you can be it and if you want to be it. But they don't necessarily make the best politicians and leaders, do they?
Well, he's receiving amazing accolades from Ukraine, and even with Afghanistan, he was the one who ended up taking over Biden's job and having to sort out Biden's mess. He's great.
In what way?
Well, Boris was the one who ended up orchestrating the whole evacuation after America let us all down.
Yes, Operation Pitting got people out of Afghanistan, British people who had a right to be in Britain, but it wasn't the whole evacuation. The Americans evacuated too, as did other nations.
Of course, but it was Boris who was the one pleading with Biden to stop him doing it so soon when he said he wouldn't, and then he did. It was Boris who was leading the world and being the spokesman to the world. And you don't just have to ask me. Most of actually the newspapers admitted that too. And even with Ukraine, I was talking to someone the other day, a politician in Ukraine, his name escapes me, but he was telling me about this mural that he had on some of the buildings where they've got this big mural. And he said everyone is coming into the town just to have their photo with this mural with Boris.
That's great. And you're right. I think the UK has done great things on Ukraine. It led the charge on providing Ukraine with arms, for which Ukraine is clearly very grateful. At least the politicians in Ukraine are very grateful to this country. So that is definitely a one in the tick column. Claire, what are the things that you think will be remembered as Boris Johnson's greatest achievements?
Well, I think we've already spoken about, obviously, Brexit and the fastest vaccine rollout in Afghanistan and Ukraine.
Well, we haven't spoken about Brexit, actually. In what way is it a great achievement?
70 trade deals and counting. I'm all about the trade deals. I've been following them religiously. I feel like it's incredible. Even the deals that we're doing with America, when Biden said we couldn't do deals, it was Boris's masterstroke. This isn't reported in the media, but he's gone in. He sent his team in and he's doing deals with individual states. A couple of weeks ago, he'd got Indiana done. I think 2 weeks ago, he got South Carolina done. South Carolina is worth more to us than Sweden.
But, yes, and you're right, they are doing that. But that's not the same as the trade deal that was talked about with America that was one of the reasons why people wanted to vote.
Which will come.
Do we know that it will come?
It will come. It will come. by the time we get over 22, I think, trade deals, there are all the American
But
politicians
that won't be Boris
saying,
Johnson's achievement, as and when it does. Let's say it will, but it won't be Boris Johnson
he's
who
got
achieved
22 states who've agreed to say that deals will be done. So that's all under Boris, and that was Boris's masterstroke. He's also set in motion 8 free ports, which I'm all about. I'm loving the free ports. He's also got the lowest unemployment, 163,000 Kickstarters. British brands are coming home. Things like, I don't know, I've written articles recently about Mini Moke and BSA motorcycles and Norton motorbikes, River Simple, the hydrogen car, Tevra, the hydrogen trucks. So many things that you and the media don't report on, the BBC don't report on. It's only, GB News has started to report on it, the conservativepost.co.uk, I report on it every single day. We don't have a Prime Minister problem, we have a media problem.
Okay. Claire, I'm grateful for your time. Thank you very much indeed. Claire Bullivant, editor of Conservative Post.